Ladies and gentlemen, President Trump has waived executive privilege to allow Steve Bannon to testify before Congress and Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger. We're going to talk about that. Hit subscribe to this channel, ladies and gentlemen, to my super chat. If you enjoy these live streams, your super chat is greatly appreciated. I can't do these without you, ladies and gentlemen, so your support via super chat is extremely helpful and allows me to do these live streams. So hit subscribe. Hit subscribe also to the Nuclear Confrontation and Stock Market Crash channel. Unfortunately, there will be more confrontation on that pertaining to that devastating possibility. Simply because you don't have a rational foreign policy. We'll get to that in a second. There will be continue to be a devastating stock market crash, but you're going to see the typical kind of, the one-day drop of 3,000 to 4,000 points. Unfortunately, within the next 5 to 6 months, we're going to have, this is just the first inning of a terrible, terrible economic downturn. We'll talk about layoffs. We'll talk about the fact that we're in a recession. And also, hit subscribe to the Bitcoin 10K, oil prices 150 recession channel. So I have 3 channels. Hit subscribe to all 3. They're all uplifting and wonderful. And we're almost, ladies and gentlemen, at 200,000 subs here. So tell your friends about this channel. Hello, Eric, Greg, D'Artagnan, Dale, Kristen, everybody here. Yvette. Hello, Yvette. American Girl. American Girl, first chat of the night. Thank you, super chat. Thank you so very much, IJ. Hello, American Girl. Thank you so very much. Greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. I hope all is well. Kristen, G. Corber, everybody here. Yvette, thank you so very, very much. American Girl, you're awesome. Thank you so much for starting it off. And let's get going. So, thank you, American Girl. Thank you so much. CNN, Steve Bannon says he's willing to testify before committee. Rolling Stone, Bannon willing to meet committee after Trump waives executive privilege. And NBC News, Trump says he'll waive executive privilege claim ahead of Bannon's committee contempt trial. Now, here's the interesting thing about all this. The reason the Democrats are investigating Trump is because they know Republicans have not only investigations lined up and impeachments lined up for Biden, but they have the epicenter of corruption is within the Democratic Party. It used to be within the Republican Party 20 years ago. Okay, Republicans 20 years ago under George W. Bush had control of media. They had control of intelligence agencies. They had the loyalty and allegiance of a great many government officials. That's not the case anymore. American Girl, thank you again. Now, Democrats have pretty much full control of the narrative. They have media, CNN, MSNBC, the Washington Post, the New York side, the New York Times, the Atlantic, New Yorker, New York Magazine, BuzzFeed. You can look, Daily Beast. You can look at basically every publication says the same thing at all times. There's no difference between a journalist at the New York Times or New Yorker or New York Magazine or The Atlantic or Vanity Fair or Esquire. There's no difference at all between a journalist there and Advice or Mother Jones or The Nation. There's just no difference. They think the exact same way about politics. We don't have, we technically have a free press, but we really don't. Because if you do not adhere to the groupthink, you're excommunicated. You're out of here. If you say, for example, if you roll into the Washington Post and you're at the cafeteria or wherever you're having lunch with your editors, and you say, oh yeah, I'm going to vote for Trump, you won't be around long. You will not be around. They will, you will almost certainly at the New York, for sure at the New York Times. If you tell somebody at the New York Times, you're working at the New York Times, you're a journalist, a reporter, and you walk in with a Make America Great Again hat, you ain't going to be there for long. Okay, same with the New Yorker, New York Magazine, The Atlantic, Vanity Fair, Esquire. If you roll in with a Trump hat, you're going to be looking for a new job very soon. So we have, and that never used to really be the case, ladies and gentlemen. You could have a viewpoint. Christopher Hitchens used to write for Vanity Fair. Okay. He did not have the typical liberal or conservative viewpoint. He was a free thinker, a critical thinker, and he was able to voice his thoughts without adhering to this coerced and fabricated and manufactured consensus on things. Nowadays in American politics, it's Trump bad. Anything that happens linked to Democrats that are worse, that happens to be worse or more egregious than anything Trump did or said, isn't that bad, actually. Trump is the worst thing possible for morally superior, wonderful journalists. And you have to ask yourself, if media was just somewhat objective, how much more popular would the former president be? Because you have all of media propping up mashed potato brains. You have all of media propping up mashed potato brains. You don't just have like one or two. Like you have Fox News with, and you don't even really have Fox News with Trump. Like Fox News doesn't really, you know, doesn't really defend Trump. But I mean, you have here, uh, Bureau finds scant evidence and really no evidence. FBI finds no evidence that Trump and his allies were directly involved or organized the violence at that day. So there you go. It's right there. Why are they still talking about it 2 years later? American Girl, thank you again. Thank you, American Girl. Thank you so very much. JG, hello. JG, hello. Great to see you here. As always. Mikey, hello. DBK, hello. So, thank you, hello. So, it's like American Girl, D'Artagnan, Truffles, thank you. D'Artagnan, hello. Truffles, thank you so very, very much. To my super chat, thank you. I didn't see that. Truffles, thank you so much. D'Artagnan, thank you as always. American Girl, to my super chat, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. So, my point is, you have to take, like, there are so many people out there who really aren't into politics. Like, you have to, like, you aren't really, if you're not into politics, or if you don't really understand the motivation. Like, for example, you had Brett Kavanaugh. Okay, here's an example of the height of duplicity. You have Brett Kavanaugh who's eating in a steakhouse in D.C., and a bunch of people are yelling at him and either trying to confront him, which is really against the law. You can't do that. That's not peaceful. You know, when they say free speech, when conservatives say free speech, they mean an actual dialogue, discourse, debate, discussion, or jokes, or an opinion that people don't like. They don't mean going up to somebody at a restaurant and yelling at them. But that's the Democratic Party's view of politics. Go and tell everyone how angry you are. But see, Democrats don't understand. Republicans don't care how angry they are. They don't care. Because Democrats are always angry. They're outraged over everything. Trump and Putin and the Helsinki conference, it was worse than Pearl Harbor. Don't you understand? There is no limit. There's no logic or rationale or like it's everything's apoplectic. Everything's viewed in this hysterical light. If we don't get what we want politically, you'll never have a moment to rest. That's the mentality, and it doesn't work. It's bad politics. It's also hypocrisy. You're investigating Trump for a terrible, chaotic event that led to a loss of life, primarily supporters of Trump, especially an unarmed woman. And then you're okay with forcing out somebody at a restaurant. So you can't do that. That has never happened before in American politics. You've never had Like they wouldn't allow a liberal, they wouldn't sit back and allow conservative activists to yell and berate and confront liberal justices. I would be offended by that, even though I'm not liberal on most things anymore, or a lot of things. Some things I am, but most things I'm more conservative on. Why would you allow that? Why on earth would you allow that if you are on the left talking about how vile and confrontational Trump supporters are? How they're like, always, creating this harmful environment for democracy to prosper. Do you think, I mean, these are the same people who talk about Trump and democracy. Trump doesn't care who you vote for, what you say, what you do with your life. It's Democrats. Now, Republicans used to be the people who did that. But greatness, hello. Dale, hello. I mean, it's like, what is the point? What is the point of trying to intimidate Kavanaugh at his home or Clarence Thomas at his home? Do you think that Gorsuch or Kavanaugh or Amy Coney Barrett, you think you're going to intimidate these people into voting for a liberal, voting alongside liberal justices? You lost in 2016 because Democrats cheated Bernie Sanders. I support Trump, but at that moment in time, Bernie Sanders would have won. At that moment, lightning in a bottle. I'm not talking about the Bernie Sanders of today that had to unendorse somebody because of a writing that he found reprehensible. I'm not talking about the Bernie Sanders of today who will jump if somebody on social media says jump, or when Democrats say jump, he'll say, how high do you want me to jump? Oh, by the way, I was never cheated, except I really was. 2 years, two primaries in a row. I'm not talking about that Bernie Sanders. I'm talking about the Bernie Sanders of 2016. Had they not cheated him, they would have won they would have won 2016. They would have had 3 liberal justices. They knew the rules of the game, and they were arrogant, and they were overly confident. And now, here's the thing: these are the same people who don't even think that Bernie was cheated, who are now going after and trying to intimidate Brett Kavanaugh. He's not going to change. First of all, the hearing pertaining to Brett Kavanaugh was an abomination. Somebody accused him of something without any evidence, and Democrats said, "Oh my God, he should never, he should resign, or he should not become a Supreme Court justice." Meanwhile, somebody accused mashed potato brains of literally what Trump was joking around about, which was bizarre. And they said, "Oh, you know what? There's no evidence there." I mean, you're talking about the height of duplicity and hypocrisy. It's just unbelievable. I mean, you have these people, it's like unbelievable. And again, the pendulum has swung. Like 20 years ago, the pendulum was all the way to the right. You had Bush, Cheney, and Rumsfeld. CNN, by the way, was doing the same thing. CNN 20 years ago, about 2002, 2003, they were doing the same thing. Okay? It was pure propaganda, but that helped the Bush administration. And now you have the pendulum swinging all the way to the left, and it's pure propaganda that helps Democrats. And it's like I don't abide by a political party. I wasn't born on this planet to vote Democrat or Republican. I was born to be happy and to think in terms of a rational and logical and critical thinking manner. Hello, Getless, hello. It's interesting how there's the hysteria around Trump is fabricated because the same people who think that he was trying to overthrow democracy, think about this for a second, ladies and gentlemen. Think about this for a second. The same people, this is very interesting. Think about this, okay? The same people JG, think about this. Everybody here, the same people who are watching The Apprentice, the same people who would have embraced his rear end had they seen him 10 years ago. Think about this for a second, ladies and gentlemen. Eric, everybody here, think about this. How many people in media and politics and in Hollywood, had they seen Donald Trump at a party in 2014, would have embraced his rear end? Nav in the house, hello. I appreciate that. Thank you. How many people would have embraced his rear end? Okay? A lot. Most of Hollywood would have said, oh my God, that's Donald Trump. They would have loved to be on The Apprentice. And all it took was 2015, 2016 of endless media coverage, sensationalized coverage. He's going to end democracy. He's a national security threat. All of these things. Exactly, JG. They exactly. You know what? Here's a question for you. What percentage of Hollywood here? Let's see. What percentage of embrace Trump? What percentage of Hollywood? Okay. Over 70% or uh, under. I don't know why I'm spending so much time on this, but here. So here, what percentage of Hollywood would have embraced Trump? And you can say Hollywood or DC would have embraced Trump. Oh my God, come on. Don't log people off. Oh Lord. All right. So what a percentage of Hollywood would have embraced Trump in 2024 or in 2014? Sorry. Oh Lord. All the way down to 71 people. It was at 20. It was at 56 people. Oh God. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. B, hello. Um, Sorry about that. I don't think they like the well, now we have two people. Two people left of the stream. We're back. Yes, please go ahead and log back on. So what percentage of Hollywood would have embraced Trump in 2024 if they met him at a party? So 31, exactly. Over 70%. Who are the They would have all embraced Trump's rear end. It's pretty unbelievable. So sorry everybody. Please log back on. I can't believe I don't know why I don't know why that happens. It takes so long too. For JG, hello. So they found no evidence. So here, 41 votes. It's true. Everybody knows it's true. Girl, you know it's true. Everybody knows it's true. He was already investigated. Okay, he was already investigated. No evidence at all. The only thing I will say about January is that he really should have realized. Thank you, Ricardo. Thank you. He really should have realized, Trump, that something like that could have taken place. That's the only thing That's the only thing I'll say. He should have realized that something like that could have taken place. You know, something like that could have like a chaotic event could have taken place because imagine had that day not happened, they'd have nothing to talk about now. They'd have nothing to talk about because we have right now, ladies and gentlemen, this is serious. Jobless claims edge up to the highest since January. Planned layoffs soar. We are talking about layoffs, ladies and gentlemen, and it's not going to be good. I mean, it's really bizarre, kind of like I follow what's taking place with oil prices now. With the I added oil prices to the Bitcoin 10K, so Bitcoin will get to 10,000 or lower, and I've been saying that since last year, ladies and gentlemen. So tell your friends, tell your family, tell anybody that you know who has crypto or Bitcoin that I have been saying, H.A. Goodman has been saying that it's going to get to 10,000 or lower since September of 2021. And you can see, actually, no, January, okay, September, I said that crypto was going to crash. January of 2022, I said it's going to get to 10,000 or lower. January of 2022. And the link is below in every description section. American Girl! Clearly you have made the YouTube gods. Exactly. Exactly. I think I did. Um, American Girl, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I hope all is well. Thank you so very much for starting off the super chat. Jobless claims edge up to highest since January. Planned layoffs soared. Trade deficit. Okay, so initial filings for unemployment total $235 for the week ended. 235,000. I'm like Liz. If I'm a robot, my like the battery pack is slowly dwindling in strength. Initial filings for unemployment benefits totaled 235,000 for the week ended July 2nd, a gain of 4,000 from the previous period. The U.S. imbalance for goods and services declined. Okay, so another report indicated that companies announced 32,517 layoffs in June. At 57, oh my God, that is not good. That is not good. 32,517 layoffs in June, a 57% jump from a month ago. Not good, ladies and gentlemen, not good. You're going to have hundreds of thousands, God forbid. I don't want this to happen, but if you're watching this, make sure you have money saved up or another job in line. If you're in a position right now where you could lose your job, start looking. Start calling up, start researching. Once you have, like, even if you have the job now, start researching and plan ahead because it's going to get mashed potato brains hasn't even started trying to destroy the country. He hasn't even started. Okay, he doesn't even really know when he's beginning or ending, but it doesn't matter. Wow, the Hang Seng down around 3%. Wow. Wow. Tomorrow is going to be no good. Wow. Not good. Not good. So it's I mean, I got to do more segments on the stock market crash, the nuclear confrontation and stock market crash channel. But it's going to get really bad, ladies and gentlemen. And I mean, can we make it to November? Yeah, barely. We'll make it to November. By the way, if you get kicked off, ladies and gentlemen, JG. JG. HA, it's okay. If we don't lose our jobs, we can exist in meta. Hold on. Yeah. Meta. Facebook. Worlds. Doot, 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 doot. Hey, what's your name? Doot, 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 doot. Mary. What's yours? Trump bot 2024. Doot, 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 doot. Security. Security. What's the problem? What's the matter? What? No Trumpers allowed here. But it's Meta. I thought we were having fun. No. Doot, 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 doot. Yeah, let's party. Hi, JG. It's Meta. Hold on. Where's the Meta? Where's the Meta? Come on. They had the best little. Where's the Meta nightclub? Oh my God. Hold on. Meta. Yes. Come on. Are you serious? Okay, hold on. And now they had such great. You know what? We shut it down, JG. They were so embarrassed. Okay, hold on. Meta. Hold on. Meta bar. Facebook. Come on. Where's the alternate world? God. Cyber world. OMG. Meta. Facebook. Worlds. Oh my God. Where all the fun little worlds? Great. Now nobody knows. They think I'm nuts. Oh, here maybe. Oh, let's have sushi. We can we can have sushi. Cali boy! Gas would be so high no matter what Dems get into office. Green New Deal is Dem policy. Exactly. Exactly. Cali boy, thank you again. Gas would be high no matter what. Dem got into office. Green New Deal was a Dem policy. Exactly. Green New Deal. The Green New Deal. It's funny, Cali boy. Thank you again. Thank you so very much, Cali boy. Thank you for the super chat. It's funny because they're not pushing the Green New Deal now. Cali boy, that's a great point. That's a great point. They're not pushing the Green New Deal now. And now is the time. Metaverse. Oh, that's what I'm looking for. Um, yes. This is what I'm looking for. Cali boy, this is what I'm looking for. This is where this is where JG and I are gonna hang out. Oh yes. That's me in the middle. We're gonna hang out. Cali boy, you're 100% right. But you know what I think also? That's a great point. I think that also what should take place, the Democrats should, since they care so much about the planet, and since climate change is indeed an existential issue, they should push the Green New Deal now, right now, as gas prices approach 150. Cali boy, thank you. I found it. I found it. Cali boy, thank you again. And great point. I honestly think that they should push it now. This is this is where when society collapses because of Biden's policies and like crime and homelessness and everything's through the roof and the ICBMs are flying above, I'll meet JG and everybody here at the Metaverse. Hey, what's going on? Nothing. What's your name? Trump. Trumpbot 2024. Wait. And I'm DeSantis 2024. Security! Get these people out of the metaverse! They're not allowed in here. These are good people. We're just trying to intimidate a Kavanaugh bot in this platform. He was eating a hot dog and he was kicked out of our bar. That's it. This is going to be the future of the Democratic Party. It's going to be a Facebook metaverse. Ah, Cali boy, thank you so much. But I think that that's a great point, and I think that now is the time to really show you care about the Green New Deal. Now is the time to push the ban fracking, so gas prices could be double, triple the price. Now is the time. Now is the time. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is like you don't want this, madam. You don't want to be in this world. I mean, if you think you have problems in this life, imagine being in a cyber nightmare where everyone's like, "Ah, we consume too much metaverse beer. Oh no." Yes, all the freaks right here. Oh yeah. Oh, this is fantastic. I am so looking forward to when Facebook, because it's only going to be Democrats on this. It's only be like, well, I don't know. The younger generation, I don't think will want this. Why would they want this? The fact that Zuckerberg thinks this is a fantastic idea is very frightening. Very frightening. Very frightening. Okay, hold on. Oh, this is fantastic. Yes. Yes. Oh, yeah. That is me with the lightsaber. That's me with the lightsaber right there. This is fantastic. Wow. Well, there you go. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. American Girl meta bouncers here. Exactly. Cali boy, thank you again. Greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. And I think that's a fantastic point. I think also like it should that they should prove that. Oh yes, that's a good one. I would be the guy to the left with the belt and shirt and glasses that light up. Metaverse mixology. Look at that. AOC should put a vote for they should vote on the Green New Deal now when gas prices and fossil fuels are through the roof. That's what they really should do if they really care about the planet. I mean, this is the thing. They pontificate and preach. They preach and pontificate. And Cali boy, thank you again. Greatly appreciated and a great point. They preach and pontificate, and then they don't ever admit they're wrong, but they kind of sheepishly say, "Oh yeah, well we're going to go ahead and flood the country full of strategic petroleum reserves that we need during an actual emergency." So, so Yvette. Good afternoon, fellow peasants. Hope everyone is enjoying everything global. Exactly. Yvette, Yvette, I'm planning my metaverse my metaverse profile. It will be, hold on. I can't oh, it'll be this person right here. It will be this person on the left. Hi. I'm H.A. Goodman. Check out my nuclear confrontation channel and stock market crash and my Bitcoin 10K oil prices 150 recession channel. What? Who am I voting for? Well, I like DeSantis and Trump, and I want Hillary versus Trump or Hillary versus DeSantis. No! Get away! No, get out! What do you mean I'm kicked out of the club? Oh. No Trumpers allowed. This is the Facebook Metaverse. Only cool people. Weirdo. You're out of here. Oh no! I can know what I'm not wanted. I'm going to start my own Trump Metaverse. I'm sorry. Yvette! Thank you so very, very much. That is definitely me on the left, though. Oh my goodness. Yvette, thank you so much. To my super chat, thank you. I cannot do this without you, Yvette. You're wonderful. Thank you so very, very, very much. Metaverse nightclub. So you have B. Thank you. um, you have, ladies and gentlemen, a you have a they're now look at they had Trump's lawyer Cipollone. They couldn't find anything. Now Bannon's going to testify. Yvette, thank you again. Greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. Um, you have Bannon testifying, which will be a hilarious. Like it'll be hilarious because he hasn't committed a crime. Trump hasn't committed a crime. So I don't know what they're going to get. I don't know what they're going to get from Bannon. I don't know what they want. Like, what do they want from this man? They don't like the fact that he has a whole bunch of views on politics that they find reprehensible. Okay. But it's like they're not going to he's actually going to um flip the script, probably find a way to ask them questions, probably give them answers that they're not expecting, answers that might lead to um actually answers that might lead to Republicans investigating them or them like be like embarrassing answers or answers that could lead to perhaps vindicating Trump. Who knows? The why they would want him to testify, nobody knows, other than other than just trying like this is a media this is a media driven committee. So it's a media driven congressional committee. Yvette, thank you so very much again. Sorry I went on that tangent. I don't know. I couldn't stop thinking of the Facebook metaverse. I don't know how I got to that too. I always somehow get to the Facebook metaverse where I'm in the virtual reality nightclub. But Yvette, thank you again. And to my super chat, thank you again. Cali boy, everybody here, thank you. American girl, thank you. But they just want to find some way to continue to disparage Trump because there are layoffs coming. Inflation is going to stay at 8 to 9%. It's probably going to it's probably going to get worse. So you have to ask yourself if inflation gets worse, if the recession gets bad, and it's going to be like the economy in every country that followed the same pattern, the United States, Australia, Canada, Western Europe, every country that followed a specific pattern, insubordinate hello, is experiencing now record highs. Paul and Yvette, how's the economy now in Australia? To my Australian viewers, from what I read, it's not very good, just like our own. Inflation in Canada and elsewhere, Germany, it's at like 40-year high. And you have countries, I mean, look what's taking place in Sri Lanka. You have countries around the world, and this is like Uh, yeah, you have countries around the world that are experiencing such chaos, such mayhem, and like we're still experiencing the consequences of policies from 2 years ago. That's the thing. We're experiencing consequences. The consequences of shutting down economic activity. That's the issue. You don't want to shut down economic activity. You don't want to shut down economic activity. It's not something that you want to do. You shut down economic activity and then you wonder why there's record highs in inflation. It's like, well, you did something that like it's never what took place 2 years ago and then into 2021 has never happened in history. You haven't had all these economies in unison ending economic activity. That hasn't happened. That hasn't happened. So, and guess who pushed against that? Trump. And guess what the experts said? Oh, it's very bad, you know. The Hang Seng is down 675 points. You know, we are going to get to well below 30,000 in the Dow. Nasdaq's going to get way lower than it is. S&P way lower. Oil prices are going to continue. We have a global deficit of 400,000 to a million barrels a day. Okay, so demand has outpaced supply by around a million barrels a day globally. So there's no even with a recession, we're in a recession right now, and demand has outpaced supply globally. So, and there's different numbers too. Like they'll say, like, well, 100 million barrels a day are produced, and demand is, or no, the 88 million. I've really seen like 90 million barrels a day, and then demand is 100 million barrels. It's tough to find an actual number, like the numbers in terms of global demand and supply on the internet, because they change like every month. But there was one article I read from June that talked about there's a 400,000 barrel per day deficit. And that's probably an optimistic take. I also read an article that there was a million barrel per day deficit globally. So, and then we're running at a 1.4 million barrel per day deficit since before 2020. Or we know we're demand has reached prior to 2020 levels, but we're still at we are not producing at the same level, and there's about a 1.5 million barrel per day deficit in the U.S. And mashed potato brains is pumping strategic oil reserve, Lord, into the economy, but that's not meant to rectify his policies, his failed policies. That's not what the strategic oil reserves are doing. Yvette, it's hilarious down here. Some people actually still believe that we have an ally that will come if we need help. Well, I believe that we will. God forbid anyone messes with Australia. I believe that the U.S. will come and help. Although mashed potato brains might make it. might. You never want the Democratic Party on your side. You also never like. You're right, Yvette. You're 100% right. You don't want to rely on the U.S. or any country really, but you definitely don't want to rely on the. We'll give you armament, that's for sure. We will give you armament. We're good at that. We're very good at that. Yvette, I see what you're saying, and I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with you. Although I don't think anyone is going to. Australia would be a very difficult country uh, to um, to take over. It'd be impossible. I think. I would think it would be impossible. But Yvette, thank you so very, very, very much. That's true. We definitely will give armament, though. We've seen that, unfortunately. The geopolitical nightmare in Europe is it's never ending. It's never ending, and Democrats don't want it to end. I would say Democrats and never Trump people like Lindsey Graham don't want it to end. Um, you have you have a situation where they don't want peace. There are people who don't want peace. Yvette, thank you so very much. I agree with you. That's a great point. That is a great point. Um, the only country that could be a true military, uh, or national security threat to Australia would be China. And the only president that actually imposed sanctions or did anything to counter that obstacle was Trump, and he was deemed, a menace to democracy. So, but Yvette, thank you so much. Great point. A lot of great points tonight. Callie Boy, great point regarding Green New Deal. Yvette, great point. Um, it's like oil prices will eventually continue to go back up. They'll go oil prices could go down or stay down for a couple weeks, then they'll go way back up. Um, Demand is going to continue. See, we haven't even had a Lehman Brothers or AIG got like God forbid that takes place, but I think that we're heading towards that. Um, there are going to be layoffs. Inflation is going to continue to increase because there's a deficit. The supply is still not meeting demand. They keep on saying, "Oh, well, a recession will reduce the demand for oil," um, but we're raising interest rates also. You don't usually raise interest rates. You don't usually raise interest rates exactly, and then buying and selling a million barrels per day. A lot of it's going more than that, and a lot of it's going to China too, which is very bizarre. Very bizarre. So the whole thing is just very bizarre. Housing, exactly, Kimberly, is housing. But Yvette, thank you so very, very much. Um, the good thing is that the madness of 2 years ago, the absolute madness, it'll be very difficult for Democrats and media and the smartest people in the room and the experts. Be very, very difficult for them to try to implement the same failed policies because more and more, like most people now, even the people who are like beholden to whatever media says, most people will think twice. Um, exactly, JG, I read that too. Most people will think twice. I think you're looking at uh, people who, for some reason, trusted a very corrupt and inept and um, just very flawed system. And people should understand now when you have all of media not just reporting something, but trying to advocate in a hysterical manner one course of action, that it's usually the wrong thing to advocate. It's usually on the wrong side of history. I always love when I hear people sometimes say, "Oh, well, Trump, uh, uh, Trump's on the wrong side of history." Like, really? How so? Do you know anything that he's accomplished? And how on earth is Biden on the right side of history? Look what's going on now. And they're going to impeach him. So, I mean, watch this channel, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, tell your friends about this channel. They're going to impeach Biden. Should be investigated. Steve Hilton says Biden should be investigated. This is even before November. They're talking about impeachment all the time. And you will have, like I keep saying on this channel, um, Eric, hello. Like I keep saying on this channel, you will have um, Jim Jordan, the House Judiciary Committee. You'll have James Comer. You'll have James Comer at the House Oversight Committee, and they'll have like it won't just be a show trial. Like you'll have emails. They will read what all Republicans should have to do is just like go and self-publish a pamphlet of all of those emails and just send it out to people. It's right there. Yeah, I think Elon Musk JG is going to eventually purchase Twitter, but like for like $10 billion less. It's not worth $44 billion. That's nuts. Maybe if they didn't lie about their profiles, but they lied so much. They gave a billion. They had to settle for $800 million. Um, so yeah. But I mean, come November, once you reach November and you have Republicans take over the House, the Senate, conservative Supreme Court, you have a president that you'll have a president who's shaking hands with ghosts and who's like, I mean, I don't want to be mean, but the man's slurring his speech. So he was 2 years ago. That's a whole other story. But the Democratic Party will not be like the investigations will be leveled. I mean, could you imagine this presidency is already an all-time low, and then he gets impeached? Imagine that. Imagine that. Imagine, ladies and gentlemen, what happens to his poll numbers and to the Democratic Party when he gets impeached for emails that show clear violations of the law. Imagine. Imagine when he gets impeached and like how Democrats will be like, this is no big deal. This is no big deal. It's not that big of a deal. And you're going to be going into 2024 with a president that's impeached, very likely twice, with the House and the Senate running endless investigations. Nice. That's right. Elon Musk has to. I'm going to do a segment on that. That is amazing. That is amazing. That's like to find out. Oh my God, the level of corruption, the level of deceit within that company. I mean, you see it too with the disclaimers of Trump. Caution, do not trust Donald Trump. What he said above is refuted by wonderful fact checking organizations. Wrong. This is information that could lead you astray. I mean, it's just unbelievable. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much, Yvette, Cali Boy, American Girl, everyone here, JG, everybody here, Luke and Eric and everyone here, Jason, thank you so much. And subordinate, hello. Thank you, everybody. I should be back tomorrow at around 9 p.m. or so. So be here at around 9 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Subscribe to the Nuclear Confrontation and Stock Market Crash channel, and also subscribe to the Bitcoin 10K oil prices 150 recession channel. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen. It's been wonderful. To my super chat, thank you. I can't do this without you. JG, thank you again. I will see you tomorrow, everybody.